கேக்குதா? யாரோ ஒரு நாள் அதுக்குள்ள லைக் போட்டிருக்காங்கப்பா. யார் அது? கண்டென்ட் லைவ் கண்ட்ரோல் ரூம் டிஎல் ஸ்ட்ரீம். என்னைக்காச்சும் அடிக்கிற கோல் உள்ள போகுமா இல்லை போஸ்ட் அடிச்சு வெளில வந்துருமா? ஓ மை காட். ஓகே, ஓகே. நம்ம டீம் இது. ரைக்கார்டு, ஜெரார்டு, பிர்லோ, ஓ மை காட். ஓட சொல்லுங்க மெஸ்ஸி. அப்பமா ஆடி பார்ப்போம்.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, here's a man who stunned everyone in that famous summer of 2002. He had a hand in his country's most famous goal, their most famous win. Messi! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Knocks it into space. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. This is a promising build-up. Can he get it through? Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Tries from distance.
உள்ள போகாது போலயே.
And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first.
102 பெக்கம் கேர்டு. இப்போ வரைக்கும் கார்னர் போட தெரியாது. அம்மி.
And a header. Goal! Manchester United. Manchester United take the lead.
கோலை
Great
பாதுகாக்கணும்.
corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Paris Saint-Germain finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Out towards the flank. Manchester United very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Messi. De Bruyne. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Well, nicely intercepted. He's given the time to pick a pass.
எதுக்குடா எத்தனை பைசா கொடுத்து
To
மேடிக்குது
add to
நீ?
his goal. And the pass is intercepted.
10 ரூபாய் இப்போ நாளைக்கு என்ன பண்ணுவோம் நாளைக்கு?
And this is Torres. He's in a good position here. Back towards his own goal. And it's Guti.
இப்போ வரிக்கான எதுக்கு எடுத்து?
Rui Costa. 15 minutes till half time. This looks promising. Vankkam. Torres. That's really well manoeuvred.
35 ரூபாய்க்கு எவன்டா கை வாங்குறதுன்னு பார்த்தேன். அவன் இது வெட்டியே கொண்டிருக்கான்.
Now that's well seen too. That's a sharp pass.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Guti. Messi running with the ball. But where it came from, expertly cut out, really nicely done. Deftly away. Oh, that's ambitious. Now, who's going to be first to this?
ரைடர் அதுக்குள்ள பவர் போயிடுச்சு.
Adams.
There will be 1 minute.
He's gone for goal. And that will sail harmlessly past.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
That's the end of the first 45. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Manchester United go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Manchester United are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 4, Schneider. Number 19.
So the action resumes.
Coming on the field.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Guti. Manchester United come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Eto. That's been cut out, well played. And it's Messi. And Vankkam!
உள்ள போனாங்க நமக்கு ஸ்டம்பிங் ஸ்டார்ட் அடிக்க வரலையோ.
Split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Well, the first goal came from this. And it's hoisted clear.
So we'll cut பண்ணிருக்கலாம்.
And he's let fly. He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Rising shot, அது இது பண்ணி ஒண்ணும் வர மாட்டேங்குது.
Manchester United have their third corner.
Messi.
Vankkam!
அதை எடுத்து போட்டேன்டா.
Vankkam standing over it. Oh, good effort! It's a goal!
ரெண்டாவது கோல் கார்னர்ல அடிச்சிருக்கோம்.
And there's the goal they've been looking
ரொம்ப அவுட்ல
for.
போல. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் இன்னும் கட் பண்ணலாம்.
A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and led it perfectly.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Manchester United are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Now, can they get him away? De Bruyne. Looking to play him in. Can he latch on to this? Oh, that's fabulous. That is good strength. Shoot! And that would have been some goal.
Duff certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Eto. Odo. Looking for options for movement. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the...
Oh, what has happened here? He has found the way through. Great chance! And that's a real chance missed.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
எதுக்குடா அந்த பிச்சைக்கார பொழப்பு?
Substitution for Manchester United.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
20, Fernando Torres. Number 14, Messi. Coming on the field, number 10, Emmanuel Petit. Number 22, Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 17.
Towering header! And he stuck it away! Back to within one! Interesting! Great corner, and he did the rest.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
After 81 minutes is...
Just one in it now.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Brilliantly cut out.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Tries a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
They're up to 5 corners now.
Manchester United really wanted that 2-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And this is Ronaldo. Gerrard. Eto'o. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. He's got away. And the shot shot a goal! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rui Costa is offering a right smile there.
Goal.
All hands on deck for this one.
திரும்பி தொடங்கி விட்டது மக்களே.
Impressive job and a neat finish. We thought they were done, but never say never. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. The defence let themselves down by not picking him up. I think the boss won't be amused.
They huffed and they puffed, but that will be that. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Highly entertaining until the very end.
வச்சுக்கிட்டு தோத்தாச்சா ட்ராவா 4 பாயிண்ட் டிக்ரீஸ். அதான் எப்படி நமக்கு டிக்ரீஸ் தானே, இன்க்ரீஸே ஆகாது. ஹிஸ்டாரினா வரலாறு தானே. ஹிஸ்டரி பார்க்கும்போது என்ன தெரியுதுன்னா, பெஸ்ட் வான்பசாக்கி, பெக்கம், ஆட பாவி, போர்லாம் சுற்றி சாவடிக்க போறான். ரேங்க் போஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம்னு நினைச்சா ஸ்பீடு தொடருது ப்ரோ.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So, it's away we go then. Well, it seems fair to say, Jim, that Diego Forlan is the outstanding player in this lineup.
Yeah, and I think it's incredible how his career has turned out after a difficult start. He's made himself into a great all-round player with vision and creativity in addition to his finishing now.
And a reputation for being lethal, clinical, vital in front of goal is by now very, very richly deserved. He's gone for goal! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. He's rising! Colorado Springs are looking to go forward now. And he is dashing away. Oh, it's a great ball here. Shoots! In he goes again. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
Manchester United are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And the goalkeeper's got it. Oh, he's having a goal! A real chance and a real let-off.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Schneider. That is good alertness. Guti. And here's Torres. Beckham. He's found a Beckham! He's got a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Good try, very good try.
Well, I think he surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target there. He seemed to believe it was going in.
And it's Forlan. Well, played right into his path. Here's Stoichkov! Oh, special! That is a special goal! Really is a finish of the highest order. Into the lead once more. And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Center forward.
Oh, this looks sharp. Threads one in. That looks a good ball through. He is through here. Takes a shot. Well taken goal. Again, in a trice. And they are soaring. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other. And it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react. And Stoichkov! That would have been some goal. He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
And that brings the first half to a close. So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
And now, please turn towards the screen for a special presentation featuring our guest performers today. Substitution on the field, number 5.
ஆனால் இப்போ 2 ஃபார்வர்டு முட்டை ஆகிட்டாங்க, ஒருத்தன் கூட முட்டதுக்கு
Get things going again.
Number 7.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be...
He's going for goal!
கனவாரம் கொஞ்சம் முன்னாடி போங்க.
There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Vinicius Junior.
Oh, great feat that.
He's got away.
அவ்வளோக்கெல்லாம் ஸ்கில்லாம் கிடையாது.
Yamal.
சுற்றுறாங்க, நம்மளும் சுற்றி பழகுவோமா, இதுக்கு மேலே தோக்குறதுக்கு.
It's all becoming so easy. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
And he's done it again, he's got his second. And the finish! Oh, he has another goal! Neat finish! They will take that, they are absolutely ripping it up. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Colorado Springs are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Adams, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He can run onto that. It's Maradona!
போங்க, அந்த கோல் அடிச்சிட்டாங்க. எப்படின்னா
Denied it.
4 கோல் திருப்ப முடியும்னு
Well, the
நினைக்கிறீங்க?
way he set himself up was just so clever. No wonder he's disappointed.
It's their second corner of the game.
மரடோனா செலக்ட்.
Getting up there!
அப்புறம் அது
And that's past the post.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Manchester United do have options available on the
Oh,
bench
oh, oh,
if they want to
oh,
go that way.
ஓடி ஓடி செத்து வேற போயிடுது.
Oh, lovely bit of skill. That is good strength. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
இதுடா எப்பா.
He's found the way through. Gets his head on it!
அடிக்க
And he hits the
முடியாது.
net. Broad smiles all round. It is indeed a fine header.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
Manchester United still making a fight of this. And here's Batistuta. Vinicius Junior. Well, they've got it again. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Odo.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
4 added minutes on the board. Schneider. Nicely spread. And this is Maradona. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he's going to have his name taken. Well, it looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge.
Well, not the best way to deal with it, but the old threat of pace clearly made him feel a tad uncomfortable.
Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
And that will be the final act. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
One-sided and only one winner, Peter. The players didn't show enough togetherness and it was weak throughout.
On our club's FM station.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator.
வெளில வந்துட்டாங்கடா 12 பாயிண்ட் போச்சா ஓகே அடுத்து வந்து யாருப்பாது இப்போ ஆட்டோ பிக்கு வாய்ஸ் கிராக்ஸ் தூக்கி போடு சாவடி ஓகே
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Manchester United.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So off we go then. Well, terms like genius and legend are often used, overused in football, but there is very little doubt that they do apply to this fella, the great Ronaldinho.
One of the best there's ever been, Peter, and always with a smile.
He was born with a football at his feet.
மரணோட ஏண்டா
That's a shade optimistic. Guti. And it's Ronaldinho. Dembele. He is through here. That is good strength. Costa Curta. Vankkam. Guti. Guti going face to face with his great rival. Applies the finish! And no, just off target. Grimaldo plays it forward. Guti.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Rijkaard. Oh, that's Vankkam! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. And this is Batistuta, and Batistuta! That was a half-decent effort.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Now it's Mbappe. Messi. He's having a hit! That's unlucky, just wouldn't come down.
Oh, he overcooked that ball, and he got it slightly wrong.
Odo. Neither side yet able to find the net. Passing is crisp and sharp. Dealt with nicely by the defence. It's a throw-in. And here's Maradona. Tries one from range. Off the post. Not a bad try by any means.
Well, that face says it all. I think I'd feel the same way, not that I was ever an expert at finishing or anything like that.
It's their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Maradona! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Tries from distance. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Oh, it's Dembele. Threads one in. Mbappe wants to run onto this. Beckham. Quality ball. Now it's Maradona. That was good alertness.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Guti. Grimaldo gets across to intercept that. Schneider. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
Members of the crowd, I'd like
and
to
we are
ask
up
you
to the break.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Manchester United have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going.
He's having a pop!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Oh, it's Batistuta. He's got away. Batistuta. Lovely bit of skill. Shot a goal! It's in!
40
Lacking for neither time nor space. It could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Real significance.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement.
Superb from Dembele! A finish of true class! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less. Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
We're looking at a different game now.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Maradona. And he's there to get it away. And reclaimed it in a trice. Now it's Mbappe. Puyol kept his eye on it, and he's there. Beckham. Beckham. Schneider. Oh, that pass isn't the best.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Maradona, and the shot's on here. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Perfectly measured that. It's Ronaldinho! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
So here comes the substitution. Neymar. Upamecano cuts out the pass. Now it's Mbappe.
There will be 3
Deep
minutes
into
added
stoppage time. Oh, super find. And he's managed to get rid. Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. And he thumps it clear. And there goes the final whistle. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Manchester United certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to...
ஏறதோட இறங்குறது ஒரு 333% அங்க ஃபார்மேஷனை மாத்திப்போமா 433 ஃபார்மேஷன் மாத்திரம் எங்க இருக்கு சேஞ்ச் ஃபார்மேஷன் 433 ஓகே குயிக் இப்போ அடுத்து யார்ட்ட எப்படி தோக்க போறோம்னு தெரியல பார்க்கலாம் சார்ஜ் எவ்வளோ இருக்கு 57 வழிகள் இருந்தும் வேண்டாம் என்றேன் தலைவன் நெஸ்டா வச்சிருக்கான்னு நினைக்கிறேன் நெஸ்டாவை யாருது செலினி கனவாரோ மெண்டஸ் கிமிச்
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So things are underway. Well, down the years, of course, Argentina have produced some of the greatest striking talent ever, and Gabriel Batistuta embodies that.
Yeah, he does. And in terms of out-and-out goal-scoring centre-forwards, I can't recall much better.
So you fancy him to score today?
I would think there's an extremely good chance.
Now it's Fletcher. Oh, no joy this time.
First post.
And he's in on goal.
This is the time you need that pace.
Vankkam. Not the most accurate pass. Bayer. Cannavaro. Darren Fletcher. Hazard. Iniesta. Now it's Batistuta. And he was quick to react. And that's really well manoeuvred. He's looking wide. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Rijkaard. Manchester United still without a single shot on target. Cannavaro. Manchester United do love to play that diagonal long ball, don't they, Jim?
Yeah, and the full-backs are proving to be useful outlets for them too, Peter. The opposition could do with putting multiple bodies on them to stop the runs, but it's easier said than done, especially if the ball's hit early enough.
Tries one from range. And that is wildly off target.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
He's shifting through the gears here. It's out of play, and it is a goal kick. Kimmich. Chiellini. That has ended up in no man's land. Costa Curta. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. That has been cut short. The ball is loose, and Batistuta! Wide, but only just.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Kimmich. Darren Fletcher. Now it's Son Heung-min. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. And it's Vankkam. Plays a sharp little ball here. Iniesta has the space to scheme. Oh, well cut out. No margin of error there at all.
Manchester United couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trick.
Great chance!
I think this is a very welcome time for a goal, Peter. There was a momentary drop-off into defence, and he was just too good a player to miss that. A special talent has given us all a very special memory. Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
And that's aimed into the middle.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
So a temporary halt to the action. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Manchester United come in leading by just the odd goal.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, A little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Manchester United are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. So, into the second half.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Neymar. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Neymar.
Hey.
Son Heung-min. Rijkaard. Oh, there's a probing ball. And this is Batistuta.
Oh, yo,
Oh,
yo.
terrible mistake. Iniesta. Now it's Batistuta. Threads one in. Rijkaard makes the interception. And it's been played through.
Good.
And the finish!
Abatia.
It's a goal!
Kanavara irukkum. Kanavara enna vaaya pathukku enna pandrathu.
They have their equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here. Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
Morocco restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Messi. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Neymar has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Hazard. And here's Batistuta. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Cannavaro. Nice sequence of passes this. Batistuta! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Manchester United with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Oh, great leap! Nearly, but not quite.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Gulfil mani 4:53.
Nuno Mendes. And it's Son Heung-min. Half an hour gone in the second half. Well, that looks a decent ball. Can he latch on to this?
Manchester United clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
It's played through for him. And that's a good ball. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Rijkaard. And here's Son Heung-min. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
There will be
He won't be happy with that one.
Time.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out...
It's 5 points. How? Or 3-1-2. ഇരുട്ടിയല്ലോ. இந்த மேட்ச் எப்படி தோக்க போறேன்? நான் என்னோட ரேங்கிங் கம்மியா இருக்கனால. ധോണി അടച്ചിട്ടോ ഇപ്പം വാനിസ്റ്ററായി ഇത്ര എടുത്ത് பார்த்தாலும் தலையை வச்சு ஆடி பார்ப்போம். ஆப்போனன்ட் டீம் எப்படி இருக்கு? எப்படி கிடந்து இந்த பெக்கம்லாம் கிடச்சானு ஒரு வழி. நம்ம தான் லேட்டாக ஆடுறோம் போல.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Brazil.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then.
Well, Peter, if you're looking for a top-class left-back, look no further than this guy.
Seriously rapid Serginho. What can we expect from him?
Well, he's like the full-back, wing-back and winger fused into one. There's a lot of people who can learn a thing or two about the way he moves about the pitch.
Yeah, particularly the way he picks up those positions to gather goals and offer assists. That's a shade optimistic. Schneider. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
It's a good spell of possession, this. And he's picked out the run. Zanetti. And it's Vankkam. Well timed, excellent interception. Vankkam.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Guti. Schneider. Due, looking to be a menace in the final third. Knocks it into space. And it's hit the woodwork and out.
எத்தனாவது போஸ்ட் இன்னைக்கு? மூணாவதா? நாலாவது. 4 போஸ்ட் இன்னைக்கு.
And it's Nakata. Nakata is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the task, Peter, did he?
Oh, there's a probing ball.
என்ன பண்றானே?
Right
ஏய் நாம என்ன ஃபவுல் ஆகுது?
with a definite foul there.
இத்தனை பேரா இருக்கணும்.
McAllister engages and forces him off the ball.
சென்டர் ஓபன்
Now it's
பண்ணாங்க.
Neymar. Schneider. Maradona. Pass somewhat off target. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And here's Vankkam. And it's Nakata. And this is Lewandowski. Lewandowski unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Nakata powering forward here. Schneider defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Pinches it off him. It's a sharp pass. Now it's Maradona. It's a really well-measured ball. Always onto this. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run.
Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half
quick
brings.
announcement today that memorabilia
So,
from
nothing
today's
to
match
report
is
so
now
far on the
sale
goals
in
front.
the stadium
Well,
hall.
this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition. Something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here. 0-0 at the break. So we're underway for the second half.
Well, I suppose from a
Bullish header! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Maradona. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's having a hit! Now he's got space here. Prion promptly onto that, and that is that. No way through. Ball has bounced loose now. Up towards the hour mark, and still no goals. And this is Lewandowski. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Quality ball. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. And here's Van Nistelrooy. Guti. Schneider. And this is Maradona. Maradona! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Maradona just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
Tries one from range. And for a moment, time stood still.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
He's wide and looking to get onto this. Odo, he's through here. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And it's Vankkam. And that's been intercepted. Goes for the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 4, Schneider. Number 15, Guti. Number 18, Van Nistelrooy. Coming on the field, number 11, Neymar. Number 10, Emmanuel Petit. Number 20, Fernando Torres.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Well,
the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
That has not gone well. Zanetti. Oh, nicely intercepted.
There will be 1 minute.
There'll be a minute of stoppage time. Rijkaard. They'll have to settle for that. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin.
Decreased 3 points. Transformation non strike பண்ணனும் நினைச்சேன். 103 ரைக்கார்ட். ஃபெர்மின் லோபஸ். அதான் போங்க. பண்ணாலும் உருப்பட மாட்டேங்க. இது வரைக்கும் 5 போஸ்ட் அடிச்சிருக்கேன். இன்னைக்கு இந்த மேட்ச்ல ஒரு 2 போஸ்ட் அடிச்சா 7 போஸ்ட்.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Manchester United.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, we're underway. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm?
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of...
There's the shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other.
Takes a shot! And it's Scholes. Scholes! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Scholes clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Brazil with the corner.
Neymar
goes short. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. Howson cuts out the pass. Oh, what a mistake! He's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Now it's Forlan. He's going to be disappointed with that. Schneider. Guti. Little pass back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Out towards the flank. Looking to play him in.
That's positional goals. The utilisation of space.
Oh, he's having a go! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Vankkam actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Forlan was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Yeah, the confidence we can admire, the decision-making we can't. He learned from it.
Oh, nicely intercepted. And it's Vankkam. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Brazil have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's tested.
Chance for a shot!
And
they're firmly in control. So smooth. A signature finish.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
And now he has two. Brazil are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
And this is Ronaldo. And once more, he proves rigid and robust. Howson running with the ball. He's shifting, tries a shot! And he nearly went all the way.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
So, temporary halt to the action. We'll it back on the first 45 minutes.
I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Please report to the staff room immediately.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. Away we go again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Robertson. This is a promising build-up. Rijkaard gets across to intercept that. And this is Ronaldo. And here's Messi. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Guti. Robertson kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Forlan. Nicely weighted ball. And the through ball. That's an excellent interception. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Brazil clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And it's Lopez. That's rather hopeful. And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Brazil have their second corner now. And it's been taken short. Lopez. Oh, shooting chance! And that would have been some goal.
Fermin can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing. Brazil couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Guti. Schneider. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Guti. Great vision. Gattuso gets over and intercepts. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Fermin. And this is Vieri. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Looking for the run.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Vankkam defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That is good awareness. And that will be the final act. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable.
Last match. தோக்க போற அடுத்த யாருக்கிட்ட ஹசார்டு கிடைச்சிட்டாப்புல. பேசாம இன்னையிலேருந்து டைட்டில வந்துட்டு ரேங்க் புஷ்ங்கிறத எடுத்துட்டு பீடே ஆஃப் த டேன்னு போடலாம்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
Oh my god.
The presence of Franco Baresi in this lineup suggests to me, Peter, that they'll be playing quite a high line.
What makes you think that?
Well, because he's got all the qualities required to excel in such a system. Because of his reading of the game, his vision, his technique, everything you need to spring a successful offside trap.
Lovely feet. Adams. Costa Curta. Now, can they get him away? That's been slipped through. Gonzalo Ramos is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Now it's Torres. And it's Vankkam. Pedri. And he was quick to react. Odo. And it's Odo. What a throw in. Tries to play it through. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass. Haaland!
Yeah.
Melbourne City with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Czech gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Schneider. Couldn't squeeze it through. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Manchester United are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Gonzalo Ramos. Guti. He's having a pop!
And he was there to get a vital touch. Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Nicely spread. Zanetti, he is through here. And the cross comes in.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Silvestre. Back in once more. Getting up there! And he's done it! Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Oh, no messing about, it is red. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, I suppose the other choice, Peter, would have been to let your opponent score, so he had no other option.
Çalhanoğlu is standing over this one, so a genuine chance to increase the lead. Çalhanoğlu! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Guti.
Manchester United truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
40 minutes gone. Half-time closing in. Manchester United shoots! And the ball's come loose here. Deftly away. And it's Guti. Schneider. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. He's through here. Now, can he find a finish? And he shoots! The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Manchester United coming at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Substitution on the field, number 20, Çalhanoğlu.
Away we go again.
Manchester United really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
He's going to be disappointed with that.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Melbourne City are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Pedri on the through ball. Real chance! Now, who's going to be first to this?
கடைசி மேட்ச்
Good looking ball. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. Okay, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably. And I mean...
he's given it away! Threads one in. He's found... And Torres! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Towering header! Not a bad try by any means.
Vankkam seems absolutely shocked and annoyed. Did all the hard work and failed to make it count. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
He's picked his way through. Vankkam has it in a wide position. Guti thinks about the shot. And for a moment, time stood still.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
Manchester United have their second corner now. And a header! And it's in! Manchester United are back on level terms. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Substitution on the field, number 5, Hazard.
So we have movement on both benches.
17,
We're looking at a different game now.
coming on the field.
Well, Vankkam with a
22,
definite foul there.
number 22.
And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Substitution in progress.
And it's Fletcher. That is good progress on the left. Cross into the box. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. And he's there to get it away.
Melbourne City really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Vitz and the shots.
Hey,
And they're back in front. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart. And it's difficult to find an answer to it, but it's applied like that.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Gives it back.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
6 added minutes has
Vitz.
been indicated.
Oh, easy pickings there. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking.
இது பழைய லெஜண்ட் தூக்கி விளாண்டா கூட நான் விளாடலாம் போல.
He'll fancy himself from
second
here.
halfல திருப்பி கோல் வாங்க.
This is the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Shot could be on, and the finish! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And that's gone loose. Maradona, good chance here! No, not quite. And that is the final whistle. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven. Which you might argue to the contrary.
13 పాయింట్ పోయింది బావా. ఇలా மற்றபடி கொஞ்சம் வச்சு ஒரு மேட்ச் ஆறு 5 லாஸ் 5 ட்ரா வின் ரேட் 23 டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷன். முப்பது லட்சம் கேட்டாரா? எவ்வளோ கேட்டார் அவர்? நான் செங்காட்ட பேசுகிறப்பே கம்மியாக தான் சொன்னார். அப்புறம் என்னத்த
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Manchester United.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're up and running. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Guardiola, Peter, is a fella who appeared on the scene after a meteoric rise on the international scene, but he really is, for me, the blueprint of the modern centre-half, and of course he can play at left-back too. He's old school, he's uncompromising defensively, and he is truly outstanding on the football.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly, actually. He's having a hit! Oh, cracking effort.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Oh, it's Dembele. And he's forced to go back. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And that was nowhere near his best. And that's a good ball. Dembele! Oh, it's come off the upright. Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
So it is still 0-0. Guardiola. Well read, nice interception. Oh, easy pickings there. Ronaldinho. Guardiola. Cafu got a long way forward to join the attack. Rijkaard. Mateus, a player of legendary status. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Threads one in. Well, nicely intercepted. Rijkaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. That pass has been well intercepted. Dembele. Looking for options for movement. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Shot, surely! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Barcelona have taken the lead.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Cafu. Ronaldinho. And he's let fly! And he couldn't quite find the target.
Well, at least his thinking was very good, Peter. Probably.
And the referee has blown for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Manchester United currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. The second half is up and running.
Manchester United can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho going forward. A nice touch. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And he is dashing away. Oh, shooting chance! He's got a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going.
Tries from a long way out. Well read, and the danger is averted. Roberto Carlos. Rijkaard. Applies the finish! Sharp and fitting, but not quite.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to...
And drive! Dembele. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. That's good play. And he shoots! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Relentless! Just relentless! It's all becoming so easy. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Now it's Cruyff. Mateus, passing nice and neat. Nicely aimed pass. Guardiola. Half an hour gone in the second half. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising.
Oh, great feat, that.
Oh, that's neat. Neymar! He's kicked it out just.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
And this is Cruyff. Just no time to dwell on the ball there. And he is deftly away. Tries to pass it through. Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Yamal. No, he wasn't going to let him past.
2 added minutes has
The
been
most
indicated.
accurate pass. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Great vision. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He is through here. Big chance! And it's in! Just cruising! They are cruising! Gorgeous! Just gorgeous!
That was magnificent, the way he...
And that is as far as it goes. Manchester United suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor show all round.
Just a quick announcement.
Well, after
An
all of
exciting
that,
one
Jim,
too.
what are you
Vankkam
thinking?
announced